Hey, what's going on, everybody? Well, I was just upstairs. I just got a package from UPS. I had been out, when would it have been? I guess 2 weekends ago from this weekend coming up. Went up and went shooting. And it was like the second time I'd had my PF9 out. And I actually took it up and was shooting on paper. And this booger was shooting way left. Way left. It was shooting about 4 or 5 inches left at like 4 yards. You back out to 10, 12 yards, man, it was off the charts. Another buddy of mine, Jammer Jim, he's got a YouTube channel just kind of starting out. But he has a PF9 as well. And we both fired his, we both fired mine, and we both were shooting the same with this, and we both could connect with his. So I contacted Kel Tec, told him about it. I sent the barrel back, and I just got me a new barrel today. So I have not been able to fire this. I'm going to, obviously, sometime here in the near future. But I put this all in and everything, and I went and I got my CW9 out of the safe, and I was just playing around with them. You know how we do, playing around with them, and I started comparing the sizes of them, and I realized that, man, these two things are just about identical in size. I mean, they are stinking super close. So I thought, I'll go down and shoot a little video comparing these two, and just kind of let you guys see the differences and what have you. I've had the CW9. Oh, I got a video up about it. I don't remember when I got it, like March, April, something like that. This gun right here shoots phenomenal. Great trigger, great accuracy. Absolutely love it. The old PF9, as most of you, if any, you guys that have been following me for any length of time know that this is like my third PF9. The second PF9 I can't really count. I only had that thing like a week. I bought it used, and I pedaled it because the slide rattle on that thing was very excessive. And I didn't like that, so I sold it to a buddy of mine. He has since sent that gun back to Kel Tec. They took care of it, sent it back to him. The thing shoots great. So I went and I picked up this one, my third one, brand new. Take it out, the thing is, shooting left. But, one of the things about these, these little Kel Tecs, I've known a few people to have them. Not all just PF9s, but the P11s and what have you. And I mean, they're for the price point, they're really not a bad gun. Okay. Out of the box, do they have the, I don't know, the quality control or lack of problems or issues of some, higher end guns? No, I mean, not in my experience. Not in my experience. I mean, I've had some issues. My very first one, I was an Ignat. I sold it. I only put like 14 rounds through it. And I sold it and my LCP to get my SIG 238. I regretted that. Anyway, this is what I wanted to do this video for, was to just show you guys, kind of compare these two guns in a very non-scientific way. Both of these guns are 7+1 capacity. They're both polymer framed. This is the thing that got me. If you look at the thicknesses of those two slides, which one looks the fattest? Well, the Kahr does. And it is. But the difference between the two is this one here, the width right here, 0.90 inches. I checked it with my caliper. 0.90, and I believe that's the advertised width by Kahr. The Kel Tec, 0.88 inches. man, minimal difference. I took these two and I stood them up like this. This is when I was upstairs just kind of dinking around. I was like, wow. And I got down and looked at those. I was like, them son of a guns are practically the exact same height with no magazine in them. You see that? You pop in the mags and the Kahr, reaching across there, is, these are dummy loads by the way. You know, because of the mag does stick out more. That Kel Tec mag is, well, flush. But without the mags, those things are essentially the same height. Check this. The length of the two. Get these lined up right here. Lined up right there. Now the length. Now you tell me, now this is at the furthest point, and I'll show you the difference, but the length on these, practically identical. These two, for size purposes, are just about totally equal. Now as you can see, the Kel Tec has this, you know, comes out and then it tapers back up that way, where the Kahr doesn't do that. So this is, you know, from this furthest point right here on the Kel Tec, and from right here on the Kahr. Virtually identical. This CW9, there is no slide rattle at all. Kel Tec has got it. But here again, I'm going to interject a little story. Here about 2 months ago, I was about a stone's throw away from buying a brand new Smith & Wesson M&P 40. I filled out the paperwork. You know, the guy went to the back to go get one out of a box. He came out with it. Of course, I wanted to see it. Sure, took it out of the box. I was looking at it, checking the condition. I hung that thing down to my side and went like that. And that freaking slide was rattling to beat hell. I was like, no way. So I mean, an M&P, I mean, you know, it's about a $500 gun. And I was like, man, I don't like that. I said, let me see the display. He got out the display, same thing. Slide was rattling, it's stinking butt off. I ended up not buying the gun because of that. Stupid? Yeah, probably. You know, there's a lot of guys, a lot of people that say, you know, that rattle like that, you know, it just shows that the gun is loose. You know, I'm sure all manufacturers say this, but I mean, Kel Tec says they design it that way so it will run more reliably as it gets, you know, dirtier. Kimber 1911s, you know, I've heard and seen many reviews and stuff, and people talk about how they jam up. Pete from the Armory Channel has talked about it, but Kimbers are very tight, very stiff whenever they're new. You know, so guns that are made and they're a little looser, you know, more than likely they are going to run a little more reliably because the metal is not grinding against itself and slowing down the action and binding it up. But, you know, I look at this Kahr, I mean, absolutely no rattle. My Glock 22 I just got, 0 rattle, and they run reliably, so I don't know. I just wanted to throw that out about that M&P. I was like, man, yeah, I'm going to get that stinking thing. I said, give me the paperwork. There's the damn phone. Hold on. Alright, sorry about that. Well, I'm going to show you the weights on these. I'm going to take out these. Whoops. Boy, that one shot clear across the room. Yeah. Take out the dummy loads. I'll give you the weights on these two. Unloaded, no ammo. I mean, because that can be subjective. Some people shoot 115 grain, 124, 140, whatever. Huh. I'm missing a snap cap. That ain't no good. How'd I do with that? Oh well, anyway. Okay. Kel Tec PF9. Empty magazine, 15.3 ounces. Kahr CW9. Empty magazine, 18.5 ounces. So they're both very light. Kel Tec obviously is a little bit lighter, but you know, it isn't a heck of a lot of difference. I guess it is. I guess it actually is quite a bit of difference, but it's bugging me where that snap cap went. Anyhow, price points. The Kel Tec PF9, you can pick it up. I mean, I've seen it as cheap as 240 bucks. Run of the mill around here is about 260 to 275, somewhere in there. Kahr CW9 is going to run you right around 400, 425, 450. You know, I got this one. I picked this one up at a gun show. I can't remember, March or April, and I got it for like 430 bucks out the door, tax and all. So that made the gun, you know, I think I figured it up like 412 plus tax or whatever. But I mean, obviously, if I had to choose between one of the two, it would be the CW, simply because it's a higher quality gun. I will have some follow-up on this once I fire it, and we'll see how she performs. This is my third one, like I've said, and I'm bound and determined to get that son of a gun, you know, shooting straight and all that. I haven't had problems with it malfunctioning. That's a good thing. I think I just got a bad barrel because it was consistent. Little low and way left. You know, I could group low and left. It wasn't like they were shooting all over the place, so I'm pretty sure that's the barrel, but we'll find out. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Appreciate you watching the boring video. I know there's about 7,000 of these videos out there, but I wanted to do one of my own. You know what I mean? You all take care. Thanks for watching. We'll see ya.